This is diabetes in one bite. Mm. And overall, the ambience here is very cozy, except for this curtain, which actually when you open, you will see the hotel lobby. Good afternoon, everyone. So we are here at a Fairmont Hotel and we're gonna have high tea. There's a special set of high tea for this season. It's called Season of Impressionists. It's basically inspired by Van Gogh. Here it comes in the box. Alright, so we now have the high tea box, and as you can see, the very top layer is filled with different kind of sweets. And the first drawer will be the sandwiches. So there's 5 kinds of sandwiches here. And then the second drawer will be the scones. There are 4 pieces of scones. And the last drawer would be lemon curd, strawberry marmalade, and clotted cream. It's very elegant and it's very classy. This is the teapot. So we're having 2 different kinds of tea. We have white tea and also the jade tea. The jade is caffeine free. Let me show you what these are. These are different kind of sweets and I'll read it off the menu. So there's a sunflower praline pot, which is this one. Then there's a yuzu marshmallow, this one. And then we have a hazelnut praline sablé, this one I think. Then there's a blackcurrant pate, a raspberry mascarpone here, and verbena yogurt, which is this one. And last but not the least is the green tea. So this is the topmost layer, which contains all of the sweets in this high tea. A very nice touch is actually the painting of Van Gogh. It's like sunflower painting, which actually gives it a very nice touch. And of course, for the sandwiches, this is on the first drawer. We have 5 sandwiches. We have the smoked salmon, which is this one. And then we also have the white egg mayonnaise, which I think is this one. We have the sous vide lobster, this one. The pork bulgogi here. And the duck fillet, which is in the middle. You've already seen the scones and the condiments here at the bottom. So we'll start eating, and yeah, hope we enjoy this high tea. This is the green tea, which is made of calamansi, which is a macaron. Green tea calamansi macaron. So it has a very nice texture, like a well-made macaron. You can also taste the green tea. There's also a hint of calamansi, which is a lemony flavor inside. So this is very tart. It's a little bit too sweet for me actually, but it's nice. If I will rate this, I'll give this a 3 out of 5 because it's too sweet for me. Of course, high tea is not complete without the tea, so I'm gonna drink the tea. I think this is perfect for the macaron because it balances the sweetness. So this is the Jade Cascade tea, which has a very mild scent. And it has a relatively grassy taste. So we've decided to alternate the sweet and the sandwiches. And now we're gonna eat the sous vide lobster, lemon confit, and sunflower bread seed. So it looks like a miniature lobster roll. You can see the bread is like charcoal bread. So the fish roll and the seeds create an interesting texture when you take a bite on this lobster roll. And I think the cilantro on top gives a certain freshness to the whole sandwich. I'll give this a 4, and that's a high score for me, 4 out of 5. So while we were vlogging, the amuse bouche, which is optional, arrived. It's like a real dining table, like miniature size. And even the tablecloth seems to like flow. And this amuse bouche is baby shrimp. This is the teacup, so you can compare the sizes. Well, first of all, it's very crunchy. I don't know if you can hear the sound. So I took just one bite, and the cracker is a little bit on the salty side. It's shrimp flavored, so you can taste the shrimp when you bite into the cracker. There's only a few caviar, so it gets drowned in the flavor of the shrimp cracker. But yeah, so this one I would probably rate a 2 out of 5. Just because I don't like the combination of all of the different flavors, and for its price it's on the expensive side, so this is an optional addition to the high tea, but the presentation is perfect. The next one is the blackcurrant pate with sunflower genoa and blue pea poppers. This is the blue pea poppers. I'll just take one. Wow, when you bite into it, it bursts in your mouth and then fluid comes out. It's sweet. It's actually nice sweet taste, and it's very fresh. This one is made of white chocolate. This one with a very interesting print inspired by Van Gogh. So this is the white chocolate, and then the print is actually on top of the chocolate. Surprisingly, the white chocolate isn't as sweet as I was expecting. And look at the different layers here. So there's the Genoa cake. So first of all, I won't recommend taking that full bite. It's too much food inside your mouth. But the interesting part is it really blends very well. So when I took the bite, all of the poppers exploded in my mouth, and then the crackers added a different kind of texture. It's the only hard part in that. Oh, and the white chocolate as well. So it's very tasty. It's not too sweet for me. So I would give that a 4 out of 5. Okay, so our next savory dish is the duck rillette, and it's like a very small like pancake sandwich with the duck pate in the middle, and then there's some mustard seeds on top. So I'll just take a bite. I won't bite like in one go. The duck is mildly flavored. It goes well with the fluffy pancakes. And then the mustard gives an interesting flavor. It adds to the flavor profile of the duck. It's not remarkable, but it's a nice bite. So this is a 3 out of 5. Raspberry, mascarpone, sunflower financier. There's a sunflower, and then if I turn this around, you can see the backside. There are some maybe raspberry candy bits. I don't know. I will taste it later. And at the bottom will be the financier. So I'll just take off this flour. I'll eat this later. And then this one. It's raspberry flavor. It's tart. It's a little bit sour. So the mascarpone is raspberry flavored. It's a little tart and creamy. And then I'll take a bite. The financier is very dry. So maybe I'll just eat all of these together. So when you eat everything together, it just blends very well. I like the sourness and the tartness from the raspberry, and then the mascarpone actually offsets the dryness of the financier. So I'd give this a 4 out of 5. The next sandwich would be the smoked salmon with blueberry creme fraiche and saffron brioche. I don't know what this sunflower is, and it gave my finger like some black color. The bread is saffron. It's a saffron brioche, and you can see that you can tell from the very bright yellow color. There's also salmon roe here, and then of course the salmon and the blueberry creme fraiche is in the middle of this brioche. Let me just take a bite. Yeah, it tastes like smoked salmon. The black sunflower pattern is a mix of like sweet and savory flavor. For this one, I'd probably give this a 3 out of 5. And this is the yuzu marshmallow vanilla cheesecake with graham biscuit underneath. So you can see this one, that like a tablecloth, like a cloth on top of the cheesecake, which has an interesting pattern inspired by Van Gogh again. You can see the cheesecake and the graham. I'll just take a bite of this. So the cloth-like thing here is very gummy. It has the yuzu flavor, which is very sour. The reason why it's gummy is because it's also the marshmallow. So I'll just eat together everything. I'll just take a bite. The graham cracker is very crumbly. You can see there's also a daisy on top of the cloth. The daisy is sweet. Overall, I think the cheesecake is also good. I like the cheesecake. So I'll give this a 4 out of 5. White egg mayonnaise with black truffle gel and green tea bun. You can see here this green tea bun, and you can see the egg mayonnaise in the middle, and the black truffle gel is actually on top. So this is presented with I think 2 kinds of flowers, which is very whimsical when you look at it, and there's a green leaves here on top as well. Let me just take a bite of this green thing. It's very bitter, but it's also fresh. It's very fresh and it's bitter. I wonder what it is. Let me just taste the other flower. Ah, this one. Okay, very interesting. So I'll take a bite. I really like the flavor profile of this one. The green tea bun is super soft, and then the egg mayo is blended well together, and then the truffle gives a complexity to the whole flavor profile, and I love truffle, so I think this is probably my favorite so far. I'll give this a 5 out of 5. Next one is the verbena yogurt ivory na malaka bonbon. I hope you can see the gold leaf on top, and it's sandwiched between 2. I don't know what this is. It has a sunflower pattern. Looks like chocolate. Yeah, it's white chocolate or yellow chocolate. And then, wow, this one is very sweet. This is diabetes in one bite. I wonder what the gold leaf tastes like. It tastes like gold. No, actually, it doesn't taste anything. So the flavor is coming from this very sweet verbena yogurt. Because this is very sweet, I'll give this a 1 out of 5. But if you have a sweet tooth, you probably would like this one. We are now eating the final sandwich for this high tea. It's called pork bulgogi with Parmesan mash and maltosek. You can see this is the pie crust. I'm assuming the pork bulgogi is inside, and on top will be your mashed Parmesan mash. And it looks torched based on the color on top. Look at the different layers here. So the pork bulgogi, which is minced perfectly, it's a combination of sweet and salty. It's very savory. It's encased in a very flaky and pie. And the mash is also nice. I don't usually like mashed potatoes, but I don't know, the flavor blends very well. And this is a very hearty dish. So this one is reminiscent of shepherd's pie. I'll give this a 4 out of 5. So after finishing the pork bulgogi, I now give it a 5 out of 5. Okay, so next will be the scones. We decided to delay eating the other sweets. So this is a sunflower seed and raisin scone. This is a clotted cream. This is the lemon curd. And this is the strawberry marmalade. So I sliced the scone and it's very crumbly. I'll start with the clotted cream. It is a very mild flavor, this clotted cream. So let's put the strawberry jam on top of the clotted cream. Then it tastes better. So now I'll try the lemon curd. It's very tart. For me, it's on the sweeter side. So I like the other one better, the strawberry jam with clotted cream. I'd probably give this overall, like all the combinations, a maybe 4 out of 5. So after the scone, we're gonna eat this hazelnut praline sablé with Nespresso chocolate ganache. You can see again, it has a sunflower painting inspired by Van Gogh. And you can see the ganache in the middle of the two biscuits. Wow, it's a very nice hazelnut flavor. There's also some like crunchy bits in the ganache, and you can also taste a hint of coffee. It's a nice bite actually. I don't even taste this painting. I don't know what, maybe this is white chocolate, but it's being overpowered by the strong hazelnut flavor. I also like the texture. I love hazelnuts and I love chocolates. So I think this is very good, but I'll just give this a 4 out of 5. This is gonna be our last. Oh wow, this is chocolate pot. This is a sunflower praline pot with oat milk chocolate and clementine orange. So this pot that I am holding is actually made of chocolate. I can feel the oil on my fingers. Okay, let's see. This looks like a sunflower cookie. And this looks like a chocolate pretzel. Okay. So there's your praline inside the pot. So these are the different layers inside the pot. So it looks like there are 4 different layers. The bottom layer looks like the clementine orange, and then there are layers of praline and ganache. It's really sweet. Okay, let me try to dig into the clementine layer. There. The clementine orange balances the sweetness of the chocolate layers. Okay, let me just bite the flower pot. The flower pot is like normal milk chocolate, and I taste a little bit of orange in it. This is very rich and very sweet. I will give this a, okay, let me consider the presentation. So I'll give this an overall 3 out of 5. We're almost done. Actually, we're done eating everything. And overall, I love this experience. So the presentation here is very classy and very unique. It does not look like the normal like high tea wherein you have different layers. It comes in 3 drawers, and the top layer contains the sweets. The sweets are well thought of, and it's very well in line with the theme, which is Van Gogh. There's a nice variety on the sandwiches as well. The flavors range from mild flavors to stronger flavors, and there's a lot of different meats as well. So it's like hearty sandwiches, and overall the ambience here is very cozy, except for this curtain. Which actually when you open, you will see the hotel lobby. But apart from that, everyone here is so atas, so class, so social. So this high tea is not meant for vegetarians because the normal set contains a lot of different meats. So if you are curious, there's also a variety of tea options for you. There's black tea, Grand Classic, there's green and black tea blend, exclusive green, white tea, and caffeine-free tea. And there's also a selection of coffee if you don't like to drink tea. So it's a very nice experience. I know this is one of probably the most well-known high tea here in Singapore. It's on the pricey side. It costs 58 Singapore dollars per person, plus $12 for 1 amuse-bouche. And if you get 2 amuse-bouche, you will be charged total of $17. Yeah. So this Van Gogh inspired afternoon tea will run from March 3 to April 2, 2023. So if you still have time, just book them online and you will have this kind of experience.